a lot about it is Joe Namath. Before he became the legendary Broadway Joe, Namath went 3-0 against the Vols. And Namath also led the Tide to the 1964 national title. We are honored to have him up here on the set. And Joe, I loved watching you watch that Brian McGee essay. You had a huge smile on your face the whole time. You've seen a lot of dominant Alabama teams in your time. How would you describe this team's dominance?
You know, that's a word that is tough for me to still follow or swallow. Dominance, you know. Competition is so keen. We'd like to dominate, you know, but I don't know that any players feel like they're dominant out there. I'm thankful. Being an Alabama fan, what we've done over the years, man. Coach Saban has brought some success here, tremendous, and Coach Stallings, you know, and we go back. It's just, I feel fortunate to have been.
We got Broadway Joe on the set.
Hey, we got to change gears for just a second. This year they changed the rules in the NFL for celebration, for touchdown celebrations. You can kind of do what you want now. If that was the case for you, what would you be doing when you scored?
Oh, Tim, you know, that we had no idea where the game was going. You know what I mean? Spatting down and doing some white kicks on my you know,
the white kicks.
Coach Bryant let me get away with that, so that's how that worked out. But I guess Billy White Shoes Johnson a few years later did his dance and stuff. But it's entertainment. It's terrific. But I don't like the taunting kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Every kid of my generation wanted to be like you, and it had nothing to do with how you played football. It's how you played after dark. But
I got to pick up on that.
Paul, was he here when you were playing?
Joe after dark.
Paul wishes he could be Joe after dark.
everybody
That
wanted
would
to be
fun.
this guy. But I'll clean it up. It's a family show. Well, I've heard the stories. Let's talk about this rivalry, because it isn't much of a rivalry now. But when you played for Coach Bryant, what did it mean to him, and how did he instill that upon you?
It was big time. I didn't realize that next to the Auburn game, and I still can't pronounce that name right. Next to the Auburn game, this is the biggest rival for Alabama, the Volunteer game. Goes back to General Neyland and folklore. Coach Bryant playing against Tennessee, and Coach Bryant had a broken leg and played. It's huge. It's the second biggest kind of rival game I think we have here.
Joe, we've had this discussion about Bear and Nick Saban being at the same school, having this type of success. What are the similarities that you see between both of those guys that kind of remind you of when Coach Brown was here rolling?
They are the boss. There's no doubt about that. When they say something, you listen and you do it. You don't have to ask questions, what, why, or whatever. You just keep quiet and do it.
Coach, what are your thoughts about Jalen Hurts right now, having another amazing season?
Well, he's got an amazing team, too.
Yes.
You know, we quarterbacks or former quarterbacks understand the importance of the team game, for sure. Watching Jalen last season, I thought he was a little lethargic, you know? But when you see him run, he's gliding. He's gliding with speed, you see. And naturally, he's got the mental part of the game. It's terrific. For a freshman to have that kind of a grasp, and now a sophomore, he's just wonderful. I love the way he carries himself, and he's becoming a better passer.
I want to follow up on that, because you're quite a follow on Twitter, especially if you're a Jets fan. Pretty critical. Analyze what he does in the passing game, and what can he do to get better.
Accuracy, to me, is the one thing that he's not as good at as he can be. He's going to get better with the accuracy. His selection has been outstanding. Very rarely do we see him throw into coverage or where a guy that's draped all over him, a couple of guys. Accuracy is the one thing that I know he can improve on.
Joe, what is it like being back here in Tuscaloosa?
It's like being home, you know? It is. It's like being home. Right now, where we're sitting is outside the original athletic department over here. We used to have our off-season workout programs upstairs in the gym there.
Yeah.
Upstairs in the gym, and it was the toughest work.
Well, yeah, what were those workouts like? What was it? Describe one of them for us.
No. You don't want to hear it, and it was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. It was tough.
What was it like trying to wake up in time to get to a workout?
Well, Paul, I was just kind of learning my way back then, you know. I wasn't late. No one that I know of was late for anything Coach Bryant wanted done.
Joe, where did the prediction come from? Like, is it something you thought about before you took on the Baltimore Colts, or it was just spur of the moment?
Well, it was spur of the moment, but I knew the feeling was there. This was 10 days after we had beaten the Oakland Raiders for the championship of the AFL. And for the next 9 days, 10 days, we kept hearing about how we were going to get our butts kicked. You know, Baltimore was the dominant team of the NFL for history. They were so good and all. And when you have confidence in your team and you're looking at that one-eyed monster, that camera, the film, you can see that doesn't lie. No one's talking. Watching that team play, yeah, they were good. They were wonderful. And they weren't going to change for us. So you give a quarterback an idea of what the defense is going to do before the snap of the ball, and the quarterback has a chance to go to the weakness or throw to the weak side.
You can have a good.
Plus, we had the best defense in the AFL.
Well, Joe, I wish we could keep you up here for the rest of the day. I think you have obligations around game day here in Tuscaloosa, so enjoy the rest of the day, and we appreciate you being with us so very much.
Well, thank you.
Great to have you here.